From our elephant experience over in Chiang Mai, we've driven 5 hours north to an organic farm that's just right outside of Chiang Rai.
Yeah, the name of this place is Rai Run Ram. We keep on saying that name wrong.
Because there are a lot of R's there.
Yeah. But I actually was searching for organic farms here in Thailand, and this place came up on Google, and I was learning about farms in Thailand in general, and apparently it's becoming increasingly rare for them to be organic farms because they're using a lot of chemicals and pesticides.
Yeah, but it's actually really cool that we are here because I don't think many US citizens know about this place. We were just talking to the owner of this farm and he was like, how did you even find this place? Because, you know, it's very rare that they get, I guess, I don't know, foreign visitors.
Yeah, I think it's more of a local spot.
But we just made it here a couple hours ago and we are already blown out of our minds because this feels like a utopia. And you'll totally see why once we show you our room and also just the entire property. But let's start off with a little room tour so you can see where we'll be staying for the next 2 nights. Before we even hop into the tour, I just want to say that they provided us with complimentary slippers and we slid those babies on so fast. They are so squishy, so soft, and I absolutely love it when places come with slippers. So that was like the first really big exciting thing for us. But now let's talk about the room itself. As you can see behind me, there are floor to ceiling windows and that actually covers 3 of the 4 walls. So you definitely get a lot of sunlight because of that. But let's go on inside because that really is where the magic is. Oh, I guess before we go inside, we do have a little sitting area. We can come out in the morning, sip on some tea or coffee, maybe do some yoga stretches right here and enjoy beautiful views of the surrounding mountains.
I love how you can see the view in the reflection.
I know, yeah, that is the view that I'm seeing right now.
Gotta keep that cold air in.
Yeah, so there actually isn't a front door, it's just this back sliding door, so we come in from the back. Come on in. Something that's really special about this farm is that they make all of their furniture in-house. So all of the wooden pieces you see in this room were made locally. And as you can see, we've got this wonderful king-size bed that looks out at the view. But I also want to say that all the curtains that are draping this gorgeous room were naturally dyed here on the farm as well. So they harvested the ingredients from their farm and then dyed it these beautiful ombres of color. And it really does make the room feel so fresh and earthy. Lining this entire wall are multiple sitting areas. We can sit there, we can sit on this futon. But I really love this little snack bar. These are actually all complimentary, and the coolest thing is all these snacks are made in-house as well. And that really is the beauty of this organic farm stay. Literally everything was made by them. I love it. And of course, we've got a kettle for our teas and coffees, some complimentary water, and also a beautiful handmade coat rack where we can hang our coats. And then coming around this way, we do have our own private bathroom. What's really interesting coming from that room and into the bathroom is that everything out there is made from like textiles and wood, and then everything in here is made from this really cool gray concrete. And what they've done with the ceiling is actually very, very fascinating. They've cut it into unique little shapes, I would say, and the light does flood in and it kind of goes diagonally until it hits the shower, which is on the other side of the bathroom. But here we have a sink, a nice big mirror where we can get ready in the morning, and then coming this way we have our first little nook which houses the toilet, and then all the way back here we have the shower area. Now, the fun does not stop there. We actually have a rooftop patio, and we're gonna head up there and Chad is gonna explain all that to you guys.
Okay, let's do it. So right this way up the spiral staircase. So welcome to my favorite spot in the whole place. This is basically our sunrise sunset rooftop where we basically have 360 views of the entire area. And one thing I wanted to point out is the solar panel table, which I think is really neat because I've never seen a solar panel being used in that way. They also have these string lights, which we'll be able to turn on tonight, and we can look up and see the stars and just look in any direction because there's literally nature all around us. But one more thing I wanted to point out is actually this way. So if you come to the edge of the rooftop, there's actually no like guardrail or handrail right there because you can just step down and it'll actually just step right onto the grass because they built up the side of the building, which I thought was so cool.
It might be one of the ways they're keeping this place cool as well.
Yeah.
But hear me out. These houses really remind me of the house in Parasite, the movie that came out back in like what, 2018? It's like concrete, beautiful green grass.
There's secretly someone living downstairs.
No.
As we walk through the property, I've just stumbled across all of these wall tents that I guess you can rent and stay in. I saw them online, which also look super nice. And for whatever reason, it's like completely empty here. I would want to rent out this whole place and invite everyone we know.
Yes. We should do like our first Chad and Claire trip here.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be epic. Included with our stay is both breakfast and dinner, and so far we've been enjoying one of the tastiest dinners we've had here in Thailand. And what I just love is that every single dish is plated so beautifully, and I love knowing that all of this food actually came from the exact same land that we're gonna be sleeping on tonight. And so of course you saw that we got some spring rolls, we also got a shrimp salad, and then we got a delicious fried white fish. And then of course we had to try 2 of their specialty lattes. This is the white mugwort latte, and this is the brown rice and butterfly pea latte. And look how gorgeous the colors are. It's so hard to resist ordering these things on their menu because it's just a rainbow across, and you're like, oh my gosh, what color do I want to drink today?
And just to put it into perspective, like this was $2 US.
And it's completely organic, and they brought us one of their little biodegradable straws. And now we get to enjoy this food that they've worked so hard to grow. We've come to their cafe this morning and we are enjoying their complimentary breakfast, and this is something we actually ordered last night. And then we also just ordered 2 of their specialty drinks, which we're really excited to try because the ones from last night were so good. We get to try 2 different kinds of vegan breads that they bake right here on the property. So we first have a Japanese purple yam bread and then a white mugwort bread. And then we've got 2 little sauces. So we first have a mulberry jam and then a pumpkin custard. Our very first activity of the day is natural dyeing. And if you didn't know, I went to school for fibers and textiles, so I actually took many classes on textile dyeing. So I'm really excited to be doing this with Chad today. But as you can see, there are a number of different patterns we can choose from. This is actually going to be tie dyeing today, and it's all natural dyes, and I actually have a nice little basket that shows you the different options of what we can use to make our different colors. We have decided to go with the orangish browns just because, I don't know, we're feeling the mood. It kind of reminds us of Thailand as well. So we each have a cloth, and now we get to choose what designs we want to do.
Yes. is determined to get as many as she can on there.
Yes, I want it to be full of patterns. Let's see, I might do one more right here. So this here is Chad's little bundle of tie-dye, and then this is mine, and we're about to put it in the dye vat. We've now moved over to making salted duck eggs, and this is apparently their very special recipe. There's like no other recipe in the world like theirs. So we're making 4 eggs today. I'm starting by putting 120 grams of salt into this container. So next up I have a big bowl of anthill soil. It's also known as termite soil, but I'm gonna get 140 grams of that. I'm currently taking our salt and termite dirt mixture, and I'm wrapping a raw egg in it. I never thought I'd be doing this, but it's really cool. It's a really interesting texture.
Looks good.
Yay! Actually like a nice exfoliation for my skin. Currently making some homemade cookies, and we have 2 different colors going because I have colored mine green with white mugwort and Chad has colored his yellow with marigold. And so now we are about to decorate our cookies with some sliced almonds and also some toasted cashews. We just finished decorating our cookies and they look so beautiful. Probably some of the prettiest cookies you've ever made, but now they're going into the oven and then we're gonna wait about 30 minutes and then we get to taste them.
For our next activity, we will be making DIY honey using honey that is collected from local tribes and villages, and we will be infusing it with all of the herbs that they have here. We just finished our honey infusion DIY experience. We're gonna take these home.
Yeah, we have to wait about 1 month until we can actually eat it, spread it on bread, but it's really cool that we got to choose what florals and what herbs we want to put in here. So we decided to go with white mugwort leaves, chrysanthemum, and marigold.
Yep.
This evening, we had the absolute pleasure of touring the entire farm property with the founder, and it's kind of like we're walking around an endless organic buffet. Their farming methods are so clean that we can eat the plants straight from the land without even washing them, and there is something so rich and hearty about the produce that's growing here. And when we first got to the farm, I mentioned how this place kind of feels like a real-life utopian dream, and the more time we spend here, the more we're starting to realize that it really is just that. This farm was designed to work and survive in seamless harmony with the land, and it's really showing us the endless possibilities of a fully off-the-grid and sustainable way of life, which is something we really haven't seen before. But we're heading towards the chickens and the goats now, and we've been told that we might be able to feed them. Aww. You want to hold the chicken?
Do they like the music?
Very soft.
Yeah. This is so cool.
Yummy. Delicious. Everyone gets some.
Coming for you, buddy.
You got the whole thing. Oh, how old?
I think 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Wow,
Yeah,
fresh.
it's a twin.
Beautiful animals.
There's another one.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute. So soft. Oh, do you want to hold it, Chad?
Yes. I want a pet goat now. Wow, so soft. We just wrapped up our entire tour of the property, and I have to say I have so much respect for this place, and honestly it was probably one of my favorite travel experiences thus far, just because it was extremely hopeful for literally what the future of this world could look like. So if you didn't know, this entire property is completely off the grid, and they create all their own fresh water. We were able to see the batteries that house their solar power, and they create their own biofuel from the animals here. So all of the livestock and the waste that they produce is then turned into energy that they can use to power the place that we're staying at and to cook all of the food that we eat. And all of the food is grown here. They have chickens and goats, as you saw. And it was just extremely hopeful for us to witness something that is just, it feels so good for the earth. They feel extremely connected with the way things are done in a way that doesn't harm the environment for future generations to come.
This evening we went on a whim and ordered their Thai BBQ set, and essentially we have a million little small plates filled with meats and vegetables that we get to cook on this hot plate, and around the rim is some delicious broth. We actually have a huge massive pot that we can just keep refilling it with. It looks like we've got some pork, chicken, some lime, vermicelli noodles, even some shrimp.
Yeah, looks like some egg too.
Yeah. Ooh,
Wow.
and look at the greens. We got mushrooms. Yeah. And all the delicious organic greens that they grow here on the farm. We are in for a treat.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
the
where do we
soup's starting
start?
to boil. All right. Well, you just kind of grab it, you cook what you want to eat, and you enjoy.
Tomorrow morning we're actually planning on going and harvesting different vegetables and fruits around the property with the owner, and we'll also, of course, have another wonderful breakfast. But we are only halfway through our Thailand series. We'll actually be exploring southern Thailand, so if you're interested in following along, then hit subscribe and join us as we travel to 50 countries around the world. With all that said, we'll see you guys next time.